Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the David Hittle Real Estate Show. I am your host, as always, David Hittle, Realtor with United Real Estate Louisville. Shopkentuckyhomes is the website, www.shopkentuckyhomes.com. And you can contact me at shopkentuckyhomes at Yahoo or at gmail.com. Or you can give me a call. If you are here on Facebook, you know how to get a hold of me. All my contact information is available. And if you're here on the YouTubes, all of my information is in the description of the videos. So on today's show, we are going to talk about 2 reasons why waiting till next year to buy a home could cost you. That is big stuff right there, everyone. If you're thinking about buying a home before the end of the year, you will want to hear about this. If you have been thinking about buying a home next year, this is an episode you will want to hear about because we are going to explain why we believe waiting until next year is going to cost you. On top of that, we're going to bust a myth, the myth that we hate the most, the one that drives the most people crazy. Is a 20% down payment really necessary to purchase a home? I have my opinions on that, but I'm going to shoot you straight and give you the facts that you need to know the answer to that question. And finally, we're also going to talk about how remote work. I read a great article with an interesting statistic. We're going to go over that here in a few minutes on the show. But remote work is here to stay. And the question is, can your current home deliver the space that you need? That's an important question right there. So, everyone, thank you for taking a few minutes away from football in order to watch the David Hittle Real Estate Show today. Again, my name is David Hittle, and I am a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville. And you can visit my website at shopkentuckyhomes.com. If you are in the market to buy or sell a home, I would be happy to help you with that. So, beginning the show today, talking about the first question that we are thinking about, 2 reasons why waiting a year to buy a home could cost you. And these are from experts. I read the articles. I love the articles. The articles are thought provoking, but these are the experts who are giving their opinion, who's giving their predictions about why it could cost you to wait until next year to buy a home. So, if you are a renter, think about if you are renting a home right now and you have a desire to become a homeowner someday, or you are a homeowner who's decided that your current home no longer fits your needs. That's happening a lot right now. Or maybe you're hoping that waiting a year, waiting until next year, might mean better market conditions to purchase a home. So, to determine if you should buy now or wait, you need to ask yourself 2 simple questions. And these are questions that you can't really answer, but they are questions that you should know before you do X or Y. What will home prices be like in 2022, next year? And where will mortgage rates be by the end of next year, 2022? Those are 2 important questions. Because if you skip buying a home this year, but you're planning on doing it anyway, and you buy one next year, if the prices of homes has gone up, you messed up. If mortgage interest rates go up, you messed up. Today, mortgage interest rates are at the lowest rate they have been in decades. Decades. I'm talking 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. A long time. They only started recording back in 1972. The lowest mortgage interest rate that we have ever had since recording started was 2.65%. 2.65%, the lowest mortgage interest rate in recorded history. Today we sit at 2.88. 2.88. We are 0.23. So almost a quarter point higher than the lowest recorded mortgage interest rate ever. Okay? So think about that. We're down here at the bottom. Where are we going to go from here? And we're going to talk about that. But first, what will home prices be like in 2022? So we have three experts, three major housing industry experts that are going to project what home prices are looking like next year. And here are their forecasts. Freddie Mac, which is one of the government mortgage holders, projects a 5.3% increase in home prices in 2022. Fannie Mae, which is another government mortgage-backed security holder, projects a 5.1% home price increase next year. The Mortgage Bankers Association, which is an association of mortgage bankers, imagine that, is projecting an 8.4% increase in home prices in 2022. So if you just listen to those three experts, those three professional organizations, home prices are going to be higher next year than they are right now. None of them are saying home prices are going to go down. None of them are saying that home prices are looking like they're going to be on the decline. None of them said that. One says a 5.3% increase. One says a 5.1% increase, 5.3, 5.1, and one says an 8.4% increase. If you do the average of all of those, that's 6.27%. So a home that sells for $350,000 today, next year, if that projection is accurate, would be valued at $371,945. So almost 70 or almost $22,000 more than it would be today. $21,945 to be exact. So, prospective future, possible future want to be homeowner, if you're waiting until next year because you think prices are going to be better, that's not what the experts are saying. Even my good my friend, I wish he was my friend. I wish he even knew who I was. Dave Ramsey, my financial guru, says that there has only been one time, maybe a couple times, in 75 years that home prices have actually fallen. It is very, very rare that home prices actually fall. He talks about a home that he purchased way back in the 80s, the 70s and 80s, that he paid like $50,000 or $60,000 for back then. that's now worth $2, $3, $400,000. Home prices don't go down very often, and the experts are not predicting that they're going to go down next year. But the second question that future homeowner, prospective home buyer needs to think about is, where will the mortgage rates be? Because home prices can go up. They can go up exponentially. But if you have a good interest rate, you're not being punished for that high increase. With a low interest rate, you still have significant buying power. But when mortgage rates go up and home prices go up, it's like a double whammy. It's like you got smacked on this cheek and you got smacked on that cheek too. It's a double whammy when both of them go up. But what are the projections from those three expert organizations? What are they projecting for mortgage rates next year? They already said that home prices are going to increase. Home prices are projected to go up next year. Just the way it is. Where will mortgage rates be by the end of 2022? And that question is also answered by these three organizations. Freddie Mac, again, government mortgage holder, government mortgage holder, says that by the end of 2022, they project mortgage interest rates to be at 3.8%. That would be a full percentage point higher than today. Fannie Mae, again, another mortgage backer, another mortgage, government mortgage company, says that they project 3.2%. And the Mortgage Bankers Association, always a bit higher, say 4.2%. If we hit 4.2% next year, wow, did you miss the boat? Big time. 4.2% would mean you missed tens of thousands of dollars that you could have saved if you would have bought this year versus now. 2.88% to 4.2% is huge. Is huge. So those three average out to 3.7%. So if we hit 3.7% next year, that will be almost a full percentage point higher than we're sitting at today. You think about a $200,000 home, 1% of $200,000 is what? 2,000? I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can work my math quickly here. Yes, $2,000. And then you times that by 30 years. It's $60,000. If I did my math correctly. I'm not exactly sure. I would actually have to put this into the amortization calendar. But I'm not going to do that today. Not going to do it. If you would like to know, we'll just put it out there for everyone. If you would like to know the differences in mortgage interest rates and what they do to your payment and what they do to your total interest, let me know. You can contact me at Shopkentuckyhomes at yahoo.com. You can send me a text message at 502-489-1135, or you can call me at 502-489-1135, and I will find out for you. I'll put it into my amortization calculator and let you know what those costs are going to entail. So what does it mean? Here's the dangerous situation that you just might find yourself in if you wait to buy a home next year. What does it mean for you if both home values and mortgage rates rise? What happens if both of those things happen? Well, one, you will pay more in mortgage payments each month if the mortgage rate rises. So let's assume you purchase a $350,000 home which is below Louisville's average home price. Imagine that. But let's assume you purchase a $350,000 home this year with a 30-year fixed rate at 2.86. That was last week's rate, 2.86, after making a 10% down payment. So we're going to do it that way. 10% down payment, 2.86% interest rate. On that, if you bought it this year, your estimated mortgage payment would be $1,899. $1,899. So say you waited until next year to buy that $350,000 home. Well, that $350,000 home next year has already increased in value. I, being the listing agent, have already provided my client with what their home value is, and we've put it on the market. We didn't sell it in 2021 because you didn't buy it. So we're going to try again in 2022. Their $350,000 home last year is now worth $371,945. So in my world, I put that on the market for $369,900. But that's just me. But they put it back on the market at $371,945. And if you're buying it with the average mortgage interest rate projection of 3.7%, you're going to pay $2,166. So this year, $1,899. Next year, $2,166. That is a difference of $267. That is a difference of $3,204 more per year. And that is a difference of $96,000 over the lifetime of the loan. And if you consider that purchasing now will also let you take advantage of the equity that you will build up over the next calendar year, which is approximately $22,000 for a house with a similar value, then the total net worth increase you could gain from buying this year is over $118,000. So in other words, the cost of not buying a home this year could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lot of money. That is a spittle ton of money. So if you've given any thought to purchasing a home, or maybe you currently own a home, and you want a professional, an expert, a trustworthy realtor on your side, look no further than David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville. You can visit his website at shopkentuckyhomes.com. You can call or email him. He is available and willing to help you. Visit his website, shopkentuckyhomes.com. So, is a 20% down payment really necessary to purchase a home? So now I have my own opinion on this, which I will illustratively express as we go through the article. But the 20% required down payment is a myth that keeps so many home buyers from making moves towards home ownership. People think that you have to have 20% down in order to purchase a home. And that is just not accurate. It is not true. It is a myth. It is a common misconception that as a home buyer, you need to come up with 20% of the total sale price for your down payment. In fact, a recent survey by LendingTree asks what is keeping consumers from purchasing a home. For over half of those surveyed, over 50%, over a majority of those surveyed, the majority said the ability to afford a down payment is the biggest hurdle. That may be because those individuals assume a 20% down payment is necessary. And here goes my opinion and the opinion of Freddie Mac actually. While putting more money down, if you are able, can benefit buyers, putting 20% down is not mandatory. As Freddie Mac puts it, the most damaging down payment myth, since it stops the home buying process before it even begins, is the belief that 20% is necessary. So why put down 20%? If you don't have to, why put down 20%? Well, let me tell you. So on a conventional loan, if you are putting down 20%, you are waived from having to pay something called PMI. PMI is private mortgage insurance, and it can be anywhere between $50 to $150 per 100,000 of your loan. So say if it's 50 and you have a $200,000 loan, that means it's a $100 a month insurance that you are paying. Now, what does it do? Does it protect you? Well, actually, it does not. But you pay for it. I pay for it because I was young and bought a house young. I learned my lessons. But putting 20% down on a conventional loan gets you out of paying PMI. PMI does absolutely nothing for you other than take money out of your pocket. Private mortgage insurance is insurance that covers the lender in the event that you get foreclosed on. In the event that you default on your loan, the private mortgage insurance pays the lender what you owe. So it does nothing for you. It has no benefit to you whatsoever. Period, if, ands, or buts. On an FHA loan, if you put down 20%, then you don't have any private mortgage insurance. If you put down less than 20% on an FHA loan, then you have to refinance to a conventional loan or refinance it as an FHA loan after you have done the 20% or when your equity has built up to 20% in order to get your loan to an 80-20 split. Conventional loan, once it hits 20%, it's supposed to go away on its own. But you know how that goes. So again, if you don't have to pay the PMI, you don't want to pay the PMI because PMI does absolutely nothing for you. So if saving 20% down sounds overwhelming, you might be ready to give up. And I think a lot of buyers do that. They say, I have to put down 20%. Well, 20% on 100,000 is $20,000. Where am I going to come up with $20,000? Where am I going to find a $100,000 house? On a $200,000 home, that's 40 grand. $40,000. Who's got $40,000 sitting around? I know I don't. On a $300,000 home, that's $60,000. 20%, 60 grand. I don't have 60 grand sitting around. Nobody in my family has 60 grand. Well, maybe my grandfather. My grandfather may have $60,000. I just don't know about it. Most people don't have $60,000 just waiting around for a home. So a 20% down payment could feel exhausting for a first time home buyer, especially. You think about you're renting, you're giving rent money every month, your rent's going up, still giving the rent money, no equity, no nothing. You're throwing rent money, giving rent money. Here's your rent for the month, blah, blah, blah. You might be saving a couple $100 a month. Well, a couple $100, $200 a month for 12 months. What would that be? $6,000? No, that's not right. 2,200 or 2,400 $2,400. My math skill's not the best. So 2,400 bucks, you have to have 20 grand for a $100,000 house. That ain't gonna happen. It's gonna take you 10 years to save up that amount of money. That's why 20% is not mandatory. According to the profile of home buyers and sellers from the National Association of Realtors, the median down payment hasn't been over 20% since 2005. Wow. It may sound surprising, but today's average down payment is only 12%. Mhm. That number is even lower for first time home buyers whose average down payment is only 7%. Now, it is great to put down 20%. If you are selling your home and buying a new one, 20% is great. That should be your minimum of what you put down if you're selling a home and moving to a new one. But if you are renting currently, it's not necessary. If you are not a first time home buyer, don't think 20% is the mandatory requirement because it will prevent you from being able to own a home. Based on age for all buyers, again, the median percent down payment was 12%. For those between 20 and 30, it was 6%. For those between 31 and 40, it was 10%. For those between 41 and 55, it was 13%. For those between 56 and 65, it was 18%. For those between 66 and 74, it was 23%. And for those between 74 and 95, it was 21%. So as you see, as you get older, you are able to put down a bigger down payment. Usually you've worked and you've gotten promoted up to a super high level and you are skilled or you have money sitting in the bank because you've had time to save it over those years. But the younger generation have not had that same amount of time to be able to save like that. So what does this mean for you? If you are a potential home buyer, it's important to know that you don't have to put down 20%. It's a good idea. I highly recommend it, but it is not for everyone. Not everybody can do that. And that's understandable. That's why it is not mandatory. On an FHA loan, which is a federal housing administration loan backed by the United States government, your mandatory down payment is 3.5% of the final sales price. If you're looking at a conventional loan because you have a great credit score, your conventional loan can be as low as 3%, or it can be as high as whatever your lender requires. Conventional loans are not backed by the federal government. On a VA loan, your down payment is 0%. Thank you for your service to our veterans. The VA loan has a 0% down payment requirement, so 0% mandatory down payment. But the VA has what is known as a VA funding fee, which may apply to a veteran if they do not have a combat related injury that would exempt them from the VA funding fee. And then finally, a USDA loan or a rural housing loan has a 0% down payment as well, but other fees apply to that loan as you can imagine. So there are ways of getting around having to have a down payment. It is still by me and by financial gurus everywhere, especially my good guru friend. I wish he was my friend, Dave Ramsey. Uh, it is best to put down a 20% down payment if you can. They highly recommend putting at least 10% down, and they recommend a 15-year fixed rate loan. So, again, the bottom line, 20% down payment is not a requirement. Don't let that myth of a mandatory 20% down payment scare you from purchasing your home. So, maybe that's you. Maybe before this show, before this episode, you thought a 20% down payment was required. Maybe you've got some money sitting in the bank from the stimulus checks that you were able to save because you didn't necessarily need it. Maybe you have money saved from a tax refund that you didn't need to spend immediately, so you just put it in a savings account, let it sit. Maybe you have some money in the bank, and maybe, just maybe, you are thinking about purchasing a home. Well, if my first article was correct, the cost of the price of homes is going to go up next year. The average, according to those three organizations, was 6.27%. They're also predicting that mortgage interest rates are going to go up next year. They're estimating average 3.7%. So maybe you're in the boat where you've been thinking about purchasing a home, but you have no idea where to start. Call me. Call David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville at 502-489-1135. He is here. I am here to walk you through the process step by step. I work with both buyers, sellers, and investors, and I will work for you. If you need a realtor you can trust, one that educates you, one that teaches you rather than just telling you how it is supposed to be, you are looking for David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville. Give him a call at 502-489-1135 or visit his website at shopkentuckyhomes.com. But maybe this is you. Maybe you are doing remote work. Maybe you are working from home. Oh my. Maybe you are working from home and maybe you're in one of those places where your children are also at home. So you're doing school from home too. And on top of that, you have fur children that are maybe running all over the place, driving you crazy. Remote work is here to stay. And the question for you should be, can your home deliver the space that you need? That is a huge question on the minds of home buyers today and potential homeowners that are looking at being stuck in remote work for a while. For many people, the rise in remote work has influenced what they are looking for in a home. Your home is no longer a place where you just come to sleep. You wake up early in the morning, maybe take a shower, brush your teeth, run to work for 8, 10, 12 hours, come home, maybe eat dinner, go to sleep. That used to be our day. That used to be a lot of Americans' day. Today, it could be completely different. Today, you could wake up, take that shower, maybe eat breakfast, and then you're plopped in front of your computer doing work from home. And maybe you got screaming kids and animals and everything behind you? Does your home have the space that you need today? According to the economist at Goldman Sachs, job ads increasingly are offering remote work, and surveys indicate that both workers and employers expect work from home to remain much more common than before the pandemic. Other experts are agreeing. A survey conducted by Upwork of 1,000 hiring managers found that due to the pandemic, companies were planning more remote work now and in the years to come. They say, quote, the number of remote workers in the next 5 years is expected to be nearly double what it was before COVID 19. By 2025, 36.2 million Americans will be remote, an increase of 16.8 million from pre pandemic levels. So, going back before the pandemic, almost 79% of people worked at a job. They left the house to go to work. 12.3% were fully remote, and 8.9% were partially remote. 5 years from now, we're predicting that, or Upwork is predicting that 62.5% of Americans will have to travel for their job. They'll have to go to the office. But they're also predicting that almost 23% will be fully remote and 14.6% will be partially remote. So, how does this impact homeowners? If you currently own a home, it's important to realize that continued remote work may give you opportunities you didn't realize you had. Since you don't need to be tied to a specific area for your job, you have more flexibility when it comes to where you can live. If you are one of the nearly 23% over the next 5 years who will remain 100% remote, you have the option to move to a lower cost of living area or to the location of your dreams. If you search for a home in a more affordable area, you'll be able to get more home for your money, freeing up more options for your dedicated workspace and additional breathing room. You could also move to a location where you've always wanted to live, somewhere near a beach, the mountains, or simply a market that features the kind of weather and community amenities you are looking for. Without your job tying you to a specific location, you are bound to find your ideal spot. But if you are one of the almost 15% of individuals who will have a partial remote or hybrid schedule, relocating within your local area to a home that's a bit further away from your office could be another great choice. Since you won't be going into work every day, a slightly longer commute from a more suburban or rural neighborhood may be a worthy trade off for a home with more features. It's all about size right now. Everybody needs a bigger home than they have currently because they need more space. They have to work. They need peace and quiet. They need separation from work and home. So maybe that's you. Maybe you are a homeowner who says your house is too small, your backyard is too small, need more room. Awesome. There are first time home buyers that may be looking for a home just like yours at your price point today. And they can't find your home because your home's not on the market. Are you ready to put that house on the market? If you would like a free home valuation, I do them for free. You just have to let me know you want one. Give me a call, 502-489-1135. I am David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville, I will provide you with a free home valuation, which will be able to tell you what I believe your fair market value for your home is today. We can get your house in the market and get it sold to one of those first time home buyers that are looking for your type of home that fits their needs. Maybe you are the home buyer. Maybe you're renting right now. You're in an apartment, maybe a cramped apartment, maybe a 2-bedroom apartment. One bedroom's your office, one bedroom's your bedroom, and then the rest of the house is common area. Maybe you need more space. If you live in a 2-bedroom apartment, trust me, you need more space. Give me a call as well. 502-489-1135. David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville. I will help you to find the home that fits your life, that fits your needs, and fits your budget. I work with a range of partners to help me do that anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. I would love to have a challenge of somebody asking me to find them a home way far away. I would love that. Love that challenge. I do appreciate all of you taking time away from football to watch the show today. I know it was a bit longer than last week, but I had a lot of information, a lot of education, a lot of teaching that I wanted to throw at you. So if you missed any part of that, please go back and rewatch it later. But this is David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville, Shopkentuckyhomes. I thank you all for watching. Until next week. Next week it'll be October. Is this year's just flying by. But I will see you all in October. And until then, I hope you have a great day. And if you need me, I am here to help. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy football.